Welcome to the Transcendent Money Podcast, a safe space where co-creators of the new earth discover the power of transcendent financial living, a new personal economics paradigm based on the consciousness of oneness. Are you tired of worrying about your financial future? Are you ready to take control of your finances and thrive during this next phase of your life and beyond? Living in service to humanity and to the planet as you so deeply desire. Hi, this is Carmen Ortiz. I'm a conscious certified financial planner and host of this podcast, Transcendent Money. And in this episode, we're presenting 7 steps to thrive with purpose and fulfillment during your unretirement years. If you find this conversation of value, please share it with your friends and associates enjoying the transcendent financial living global movement. Let's get started. The first thing I want to say is that co-creators of the new earth, we do not retire. What we do is we unretire, which means we stay in action, always looking for ways to serve humanity and the planet. That's what we live for. That is our juice, our inspiration, and our motivation for getting up in the morning and living a very, very inspired and rich life. So I've got here 7 key steps towards unretirement. Okay, these are tips that I want to share with you in this episode. Okay, I want you to share your comments. If this is of value, share it with others that are looking to unretire. And and let's stay together. Let's come together. Let's collaborate so that we together can serve humanity and the planet and create this new earth that we are all deeply desiring. So the first step is to engage in deep awareness inner work, because I've always say, you will hear me repeat it again and again, it all starts with our inner work, our soul, our spirit, our heart's deepest desires. And this takes deep inner work. We call it deep awareness inner work. We also call it expansion of consciousness, because the more deep awareness inner work we do with ourselves, the more our consciousness expands. And the more it expands, the more we move towards this concept, this idea of interconnectedness, of wholeness, of oneness. And that's where I would love all of humanity to be in the consciousness of oneness, because if we were, all of our problems would disappear. All of our poly crisis would not exist. Our social crisis would all go away. Okay, we would not need to be inventing a new economy on a weekly basis. Okay, because we would be the economy. We will be, because we are the economy, right? So if we're all in the consciousness of oneness, then it all kind of like just divine order, divine order. So yeah, deep awareness, inner work, expansion of consciousness. That's where we need to focus our energy, our attention. Okay, we do that, then we can step into step number 2, or move to step number 2, which is practice holistic self-care and preventive natural medicine. Now, I happen to be an expert at that, because at my age, I'm 76, that is what I do. I practice holistic self-care, which includes the mind, right? The spirit, the body, right? And money. We cannot leave money, we cannot leave financial care out of the equation. Holistic self-care includes taking care of our personal finances, of our mind, our spirit, and of our body. And this is with discipline. This is with discipline. This is like every day, a routine. What do you do when you start the day? What is the first thing that you do? You know? And then what is the second? With regard to self-care. Self-care. In my case, we're talking meditation, and then we're talking nutrition. And nutrition is like, to me, food is medicine. What I put in my mouth is what's taking care of my body so I can stay healthy, mentally and physically. Okay, meaning my brain needs to stay sharp and as healthy as possible. Okay. And then, of course, exercise. Walking in nature, a really good walk in nature every day, 45 minutes, and then going to the gym for strength building exercises, weightlifting. That's my routine. And I feel healthier now at age 76 than what I did at age 35. And I'm not kidding you. I'm healthier now than what I was 40 years ago when I was in my mid-30s and my body was like a wreck. And it was all stressed out, and I had to go and take stress management lessons and learn how to breathe. And I suffered from gastritis, and I had sciatica. And my mother would have to come and travel from Puerto Rico to New York to take care of me when I had my sciatica attacks at the age of 31, 33, 35. I got gastritis attacks at the age of 33 and 35, all related to stress. It's when you look at your health, it usually goes back to stress. Stress is, at least in my life, number one cause of all of my illnesses. So over time, I learned how to manage my stress with deep breathing, meditation, exercise, good nutrition, and really faith, lots of spiritual work. And that spiritual muscle, developing the spiritual muscle, faith, knowing that the universe is always conspiring in my favor, that everything is happening the way it's supposed to happen and in divine order. And that's the way I look at life. That's the way I live. And it works out really, really well for my holistic self-care and preventive medicine. So that's step number 2. And let's take a look at step number 3. That would be design and embody a transcendent financial life. Because if we're going to be in abundance and we're going to be thriving, right, during our unretirement, then we need to design a transcendent financial life. This is where we take really, from our power, from our agency, we take full responsibility and full control for our personal finances through what we call here in Transcendent Financial Living, the process of transcendent financial planning, which is the process, is a 10-step process that connects all aspects of your personal finances in a way that allows you to design and embody a transcendent financial life, which is a life where you feel that you are taking care of, in a very wise way, of your holistic well-being, which includes your financial well-being, okay? And at the same time, you're freed up without conflicts, without fear, from your power, from your heart, to serve humanity and the planet with all that you've got to give it. That includes your talents, your experience, your time, and your financial resources, your money. That is a transcendent financial life. And I believe in those of us that are looking to unretire, that's what we are looking for. We deserve a transcendent financial life so that we can thrive in our unretirement. Okay, and step number 4 is build a diversified investment portfolio that aligns with our core values. And I can almost guarantee you that your assets are not invested according to your values, at least not 100%, and not consciously. It could be that you've taken certain steps, certain actions, you made some investments that do align with your values. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. But it's almost certain that all of your assets are not invested according to your values, that you haven't created your own regenerative, ethical, spiritual investment compass that is totally coherent with your values, with who you are and who you want to become. Okay, so that when you look at all that you're doing with your money, all of it, the way you're saving it, the way you're investing it, what you have in your IRAs, how you're investing in your 401k, the mutual funds that you have invested in or are considering investing in. Okay. When you look at your total picture with regard to your investments, to your assets, it is, I would say, probably 99% probability that not all of your money is managed or invested according to your core values. Okay, so this is a very important step to take in your retirement. Super important. That's going to make, it's going to, empower you. It's going to inspire you. It's going to make you, really experience financial peace, knowing that you're in total coherence in this area. Okay. Next step is contribute to the well-being of your local community. Engage with your local community, with the farmers that are producing the organic products, okay, with the professionals that are providing professional services, and with the nonprofits that are serving the community. You can engage as a volunteer or as an employee and make it part of your livelihood. Right? Or as an investor, you can look for opportunities to invest in local projects, local businesses. And as a philanthropist, to gift your money to local charities that are aligned with your values. Okay, so really, the more you contribute to your local community, the more you're going to thrive in retirement. And you're going to feel joy and excitement and inspiration. That's step number 5. And then we go to step number 6, is support the awakening of humanity's sacred mission. Okay, so we're moving from local to global here. And humanity's sacred mission is love. It's just love. How do we share our love with humanity? And while we're at it, with the planet, how do we share it? Okay. And this is something that, that is just going to give us that joy, that inner joy of knowing that we are in service to humanity and the planet with our heart, giving our heart, dancing with the universe, as Irving Laszlo would say. Let's dance with the universe, sharing our love with humanity and the planet. And last step is build and experience miraculous relationships with family, friends, and associates. And miraculous relationships are relationships that are based on zero judgment, 100% forgiveness, no resentment, pure joy. That's what a miraculous relationship is, according to the Course in Miracles. And that's what, it's a relationship where the ego is left at the door, is not allowed to enter into the relationship, because we are approaching the relationship from pure love and just compassion, love, empathy, generosity, reciprocity. These are the miraculous relationships that we want to build in all phases of our lives, including the retirement phase. Okay, as we enter that phase of our life, we do not want to be isolated. We want to be in connection with others, and we want to have those connections be based on love and not fear. Okay, so those are the 7 key steps towards a thriving unretirement, and I'm inviting you to consider them, to step into them, to give us your comments, share your comments. And thank you for being with us. If you find this content of value in this episode, please share it with your friends. Have them subscribe to the Transcendent Money podcast. You as well. Thank you for joining me today. And I look forward to having further conversations with you about unretirement and all aspects of transcendent money. Here in this podcast, on our website, on our blog. You can visit us at www.transcendentfinancialliving.com. I look forward to meeting you. I also would love for you to join the Transcendent Financial Living Collective. Find your way there and find the way for you to join us so that together we can build the Transcendent Financial Living Global Movement, which is what is, I believe, necessary. It's one of the movements that's necessary in the planet right now, is the Transcendent Financial Living Global Movement. And I want to be a leader in that movement, and I want you to lead it with me. So thank you again for joining me, and God bless. Take care. Signing off, Carmen Ortiz. Be well. You have been listening to Transcendent Money. Thank you for joining us today. Subscribe to our podcast and visit us at www.transcendentfinancialliving.com.